My name's Mark.
My name's Ann.
And we're editors for The VEG. It was a fine summer in 2000s. I have actually no idea. No.
Pretty sure it's 2007. Pretty sure.
Let's say 2007 to be safe.
Yeah, it is.
A great generation ago. And a fellow named Zachary Alapi, who's an awesome character, he founded this magazine, I believe, with a group of friends. And the intention, I think, was to sort of focus on a sort of more brutal, the new underground literary movement in Montreal. So something a little more gritty than what might have been published in other campus media at the time. It's a rather democratic process. Each editor, we read through the submissions anonymously, go through our picks, sort of put our favorites and whatnot, comments and what have you, and yeah, we go through, I don't know.
Yeah, basically we get all of the, first we compile a list. We have two editors compile a list of anonymous posts and anonymous poetry without the names, so it's fair to the people who submit. And then once we have those together, all of us go through them one by one after reading each piece through, and then we vote on it. If the vote is contentious, we put it in a maybe pile and then we come back to it. Then at the end of the day, it takes about 3 or 4 hours, and at the end of the day, we see what we have left, and then we vote on the maybe pile again, and then...
Great fun.
Yeah, basically, when it's not brutal. But that's how we select which entries go through.
Yeah.
Sometimes I was curious, right? I waved my hand right under his nose, and honey, nothing. I am thinking of eyes like 8 balls, eyes that return the light only dully, rolling slowly into felted sockets and clunking through an infernal machine. My eyes meet the reflection in the window. Night makes a mirror of the pain, and the serpent of my gaze bites its tail. I become tautological. I remember I am not alone. The waitress has been watching me, watching myself, and now we watch each other, mingled in reflection, dark and quiet. She is looking closely at me now. She has pale blue...
Under carved apostles, never far from the newly sloshing river. Volcanic stone drips white, below a colony of canaries in an upper loft. The nave whistles with the choir of St. Francis. Dripstones measure the falling of years since the mountain offered sacrifice. Moss carpets the relief of an open tomb.
Generally, the themes sometimes tend to arise if we see patterns in entries, which doesn't really happen very often because at most the pattern we've seen is like the color orange popping up. So we don't really have themes as such. We just read what we like and then we publish what we like. Read and then we publish what we like.
It is sometimes though the most sort of rewarding part of the editor's job, where we get to see like these slight trends in campus poetry or like fiction.
Yeah.
Like we saw a lot of orange after this like gargantuan like sunset creature last fall. Which was a lot of pretty, but yeah.
We did have one themed issue though, Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, that was tasty. Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, no comment. But we did have one Valentine's Day issue.
Nice corny. Yeah, it was great.
His first poem is about a Miles Davis record. It's called Sketches of Spain in the Rain. You were melancholic at the worst of times, and I was a drip off a raincoat, all blue and soggy, Madrid in the rain. The streets were marmalade and wiggled as we danced in our dysphoria. The pep of hepcat trees unshaken, the rivers all swollen and milky white. And all the pretty vultures rattled bones and sang along to the knee-bone percussion, played brilliantly through foggy horned days. So out poured dispirited Spanish drunks, without watches, without town cars, without pocketbooks, or secretaries, or knowledge of the working man's sin, of Adam's sin, of Lenin's sin, of the shared sin of 1,000 Bukowskis. And we laughed through those lavender mornings, shared forgiving Spanish lamplight, and the tenderness of the lamp's embrace was tangentially ours, and ours alone, and also Miles Davis's gift to us and God and the rain.
She could fall asleep in city parks, under linden trees, and call it a canopy bed. Her head in my lap, her onion skin cheek, cupped in my palm like she was water, like I was thirsty. Cribbed in chain link, the rest of it is a tremor, a nervous vision, and smells of something newly sprouted. But the summer months are easier. Her sleep talk becomes virgin and unweeded. I can whisper back in the lacuna. Pollen will collect around her mouth, like thrush, like sparrows in the wire fence.
Oh, I really liked the fiction this time, even though we usually don't get fiction, a lot of fiction, but this time we had about 15, 16 entries. And I really like both the pieces of fiction we wound up selecting. One was called Saha by Joseph Renshaw, which is this really weird story. I would highly recommend reading it. And second was, I believe it's called Chet Benson's War, which is a sort of satiric take on the average war story you see in Hemingway and stuff. So that was interesting for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed the two fiction pieces. I thought they were wonderful this term, but I don't know. It's an interesting bit. I edited one piece by Ina Menina,
Who happens to be here.
who happens to be here. Oh, hi. But yeah, no, there was a lot of awesome. There was star poetry, this wonderful ode, another character who might be in the audience. But yeah, it was really an awesome issue all around. And yeah, I don't want to pick favorites.
Yeah, which I sort of did.
I'm no père de famille, but yeah, it's it's like choosing kids.